Hi, my name is Zainab Salloo. As the SAICA Assurance Guidance Committee Chairperson, I'm really glad to be here to give you an update on our last quarterly meeting, which was held on the 10th of May. We started off our meeting by welcoming 2 new committee members, so that's very exciting news for us, and we're looking forward to hearing the different views and perspectives that they bring to the committee. This meeting was really just focused on getting an update on the various projects that the committee members are involved in. One of the big projects that's happening this year is the Quality Management Implementation Initiative. This is a series of 10 workshops that will be held throughout the year. 2 of those workshops have already happened, and the remaining workshops will happen almost on a monthly basis. If you are starting or just beginning your process of implementing the quality management standards that were released by the IWSB and UBA, this is a really good series of webinars for you to get involved in. You can get involved in the live ones that are coming up. You can access the recordings for the previous ones on the SAICA website. And it's really meant to give you a practical insight into how to implement the quality management standards. If you've started this journey, you know that there's a lot of theoretical guidance already released internationally by the IWSB. This is really meant to make that guidance real for you and help you understand and grapple with the challenges of how to actually implement those standards. So I think the feedback from the first couple of webcasts has been really positive, and have a look out for the remaining ones that are coming up. In terms of other projects that we talked about, there's been some updates to our series of assurance FAQs. You should be familiar with that from my previous videos and from previous releases. We're making some updates to align them with new and revised standards. We're also looking at coming up with some FAQs on the ISRS 4400 revised. So that's the standard on agreed upon procedures. So we discussed the progress on those FAQs. We had some interesting discussions around the audit of public schools. There's a number of challenges that pop up in that space. And I think the discussions that we had will hopefully lead themselves into some really useful guidance. Some other things we talked about is the updating of various SAICA guides. So you might have seen the sectional title audit guide as well as the guide on conveyancing certificates. Those are somewhat old and outdated, and I think the release of the revised AUP standard, ISRS 4400, is a good time to actually revisit these things and update them. So we were getting some updates on that process and discussing some of the technical challenges around those types of engagements. We were also joined by Prof. Warren Maroon, who's the newest member of the IWSB, and he gave us an update on the IWSB's projects. Some of these you might have heard about before, such as fraud, going concern, less complex entities, and so on. And as you might know, there's a lot of buzz around sustainability and ESG, and so the IWSB is starting a process of coming up with guidance on how to audit those types of disclosures as well, which is quite exciting. We closed off the meeting with an update from our colleagues at the UBA, who shared some of their upcoming plans and their work plan for the next year, which was quite good to see, and to talk about how our AGC plans align with that. Our next meeting is on the 10th of August, so until then, stay in touch with us, and I hope to give you an update of that meeting soon. Goodbye.